Hi, I'm Samantha Kitchen, and you're watching The Debate Show. And today we have Kiera and Marcella with us today. And we're just going to continue with what we talked about last week, which was about two students from Rutgers College exposing another student by violating his intimate affairs. The boy's name was Tyler Calamity, and he ended up committing suicide last Wednesday after his roommate and a woman allegedly secretly videotaped Calamity in a sexual encounter with another man and sent out a live stream of it on the internet. Now, can you just comment on how you feel about that?
Well, what I was saying before and last week, you should always keep your circle closed. You never know who's going to do something behind your back. And it's just a shame. Nobody would have knew that posting something online of a male having sex with another male will lead to someone's death.
How do you feel about that?
I think that we as people have to learn the nature of, like jokes and what is enough, like when is enough, and when is, a joke taken too far. And I think that's the case in this. I'm not sure about if it's about the circle, you know what I mean? Because he might not have been friends with the roommate, but just the fact that the roommate took the initiative to go and, post, that video up of him in his intimate, time and space and everything is just crazy. I just think, again, we just have to learn, like, when is enough?
Like, why would anyone, like, I'm just going to put that question out there. Why would anyone want to even do that? Like, that's kind of just disturbing. Like, you think that you trust that person, and plus it's your roommate. You think you're trusting that person, and all of a sudden, oh wait, he wants to expose your secrets with other people. Like, why would anyone want to do that? You know, I don't get that. I just want to put that question out there. Also, another issue that's been going on is bullying. This is a certain thing that's going on is bullying, and this guy pretty much was bullied to lead to his death. He waited 3 or 4 days after the fact that it was mainstreamed, and he pretty much said on his Facebook, jumping off of George Washington Bridge. And it's a shame that he did that they had to put this video up online and for him to do that. He was apparently well-liked and like a great musician. So my next question is, do you think bullying has become a nuisance? Has all of these bullying stories in society make you feel some sort of way with?
Me personally, I don't like bullying, honestly. I just think, I don't know. I think it's all about acceptance and learning that dynamic of how people work and everything like that. I just think, I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't exactly call it. I'm not sure how to put it in words, But I guess we can. Okay, he was bullied. He was taped in his, personal space, and it was put up. I know I would think that's a form of bullying. I just think that's like a real cruel joke. Like somebody is really sick, and just his roommates and the girl was just really sick for doing that. But it is stuff of the sort that go on, and people are teased about the way they look, about their, sexuality, about stuff like that, and that stuff like that goes on every day, And I was watching this show the other day about it was like Nick at Night. You know what I'm talking about, with the lady Linda.
Yeah.
I can't forget her name, but she actually did a segment on bullying, and I think she said like 3 to 4 people within a year had committed suicide over, and this is just stuff every day, just to call somebody ugly, or like, oh, you're fat, or you look this way, or you're gay, stuff like that. And this is stuff that happens, and people don't know the drastics or the toll that it takes on people, and it forces them, because they can't take it anymore, and they, unfortunately, the outcome is they take their life.
Now, how would you make people more aware of these situations? How would you stop this? How would you make them more aware of the fact that bullying is going around? How would you do that?
Well, first off, about the internet bullying, it's not like you could take away Facebook and Twitter and what you post on there.
Yeah.
But you just have to, I feel as though that people, they just need to think before they speak. You need to watch what you say at all times, because you never know how somebody's going to take it. So I think that can be prevented, but not as much, because some people, they just don't care.
Yeah.
So.
Now, do you think that Tyler Calamity's case helped the cause of anti-bullying? Do you think that that has helped us to realize that people just go too far sometimes, you know, like in elementary school and, you know, high school and everything. Do you think that's just like, they're like tiny and minor, but then like some bullies are just, they just go too far? Do you think that?
I think, well, you said, do I think his death helped the cause
Yes.
of spreading the message of anti-bullying?
Yes.
Honestly, no, because it happens all the time. I think it brought about awareness to it. I don't think it, you know, nothing's going to happen overnight. I don't think it's going to change. I think he's just going to be marked as another death that happened because of, you know, pretty much like being bullied, like cyberbullied, and his information being put out there. I don't think necessarily one person can stop it, but what I do think that people need to learn to have a tolerance of I guess, of diversity, and a more understanding of diversity, and understanding that people are different than you, and learning to accept that, you know what I mean, and not use it against them because they're different from you, you know, and lose that, you know, as their kryptonite to hurt them, and do stuff like that.
Yeah. Now on Ellen DeGeneres, she did a whole segment on bullying, and like she pretty much said what we said, like there's just so many cases of bullying that lead to such suicides, and it's not one, it's not fair for the parents, and like the parents don't know what to do to help stop it because they're not in the situation of the student, and the student, it's not fair either because they don't know what they did wrong to make them be bullied. So how can, like, do you think there should be organizations that say, like, this is a free zone of bullying, like everyone is treated the same, do not, like, because I know at Planet Fitness it is no bullying free zone or something like that, no judgment, right?
Like, I guess
Yeah.
you could have like counseling and talks and things like that, but like I said before, it's not going to stop everybody from doing it. And then also the people who are actually doing the bullying, I think like you have to look at their background, like who are they raised around, where do they live at, like what is making them actually do that, and they think it's okay, like they just laugh at it. So
Now, do you think that it's from an inner, like, do you think that's from inner, all the situations, that the reason why they are doing it is all from, like, back, their history?
I think it's a lot.
personal?
I think it's
it doesn't have
to fit in.
necessarily
Some
be
people
that.
do it to fit in.
Some people, they do base it on that, what happened to them back then, and they just want to take their anger out now and just do whatever, and they don't care if somebody died from it or whatever. So I think that can be a cause, but it's so many other things also.
I like that
it's-
show, that new MTV show. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's
I know
where
what you're
they
talking about.
go to different high schools and they make them get in a circle and they don't know anything about them. Like,
Is
they
it- isn't
just
it
split
like
them up.
If you really knew
If you really
me.
knew me.
It's a really
I
great
enjoy
show.
that show because of the fact that they have them sit in a circle and they go around and say what exactly, like, if you really knew that I was
Yeah.
this and that,
Yeah.
you know, and I just think that we should do something like that, or
Definitely.
people should come to groups to help stop bullying, because if people really knew what other people were going through, they wouldn't try to bully, you
Yeah.
know? Also, with that, I also think that because of that situation, like of a home situation, some people might be more sympathetic to their situation. What do you think? Do you think that any of that would change a bully's mind?
Like I said, again, it's different. It's various reasons why a bully does things. So you cannot pinpoint it and say
Exactly.
this would help, you know, change that. As much as we want to, you know, point fingers at the bully, I also think the people being bullied also should have like a I don't know, like build their confidence up too, and not let that get to them.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend who is like, no matter what anybody says, it's just like, I don't care. I know I'm not that. And that's just how, you know, she goes about like living life. And it's just like, wow, like you have so much confidence, so therefore like can't nothing really break her, you know?
Yeah.
So I also think that, you know, just as much as it is the bullies, I mean, people are going to talk about you regardless, you know what I mean? You can be the most nicest person on earth. You can have, you know, just everything. You can have perfect life, whatever, what, you know, I guess that's varying on a person's idea of perfect, you know what I mean? But you can have all of that and still get talked about for whatever reason, you know what I mean? I also think it has to be you having tough skin too, you know? Like you being able just to say, you know what, I know I'm not that, so I'm not going to even listen to you or pay attention to that.
Well,
So,
that also leads to them having counseling too, because they need to realize that at that time, I believe that high school and college students are looking for themselves. And
Definitely.
then that's just a continuation of their life. They're trying to find themselves in this world. So I believe that bullying does not help it
Oh,
at
no,
all,
no.
not whatsoever. Does that help to find yourself, because you're struggling with yourself
Yeah.
to make yourself stronger and to know your path, and to have someone bring you down even more, it's not fair at all. So I believe that both the bully and the bullier and the bullied should get counseling.
Definitely.
So what exactly is your input on bullying?
Do you like to take that first?
Would you like
or-
to take that?
Well, basically everything was already said, but my input on bullying is going to happen. It's everywhere. So
Can we decrease it?
we can, like how, you know, doing things in school, talking to the students, after school activities, things like that. But I don't. We can decrease it, but I don't think it's going to be by much.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we can decrease it, maybe get more people involved. I think that the more people are involved with activities, the easier things are for that person. So maybe involving them more into those activities to get them out of that situation. So this is a hard situation. Bullying is very hard and very scary, because you just don't know how that person's going to take a joke or whatever, an incident. So I hope people lessen their bullying or try to decrease it in some sort of way, and realize that they really can hurt somebody, and just keep that in mind. So just remember, keep your mind open to things that are unfamiliar to you. And thank you for watching the debate show.